Yeah, I'm Richard Freeman and we're at Currimundi, my home near the beach and place of work, I guess. So I'd come up here and just catch a few fish. I had my professional fishing licence. Over 40 years later, here I am still catching fish or crabs out of the same poor little old boat. I was using the Calandra bar day and night time, so I decided to have a look at a shark cat. The first one came out the mole. Bruce rung me up and said, come on down and we'll take you for a run across the Southport bar. And it was very impressive. There was waves on the bar about 20 foot high that day, and it was closed to trawlers that Bruce powered the little cat across the bar. $2,700, that's on the trailer with two brand new outboard motors. Been through a few of them now after over 40 years, and the pair I have on the boat behind me, they're the 31st pair of outboards. Yamaha outboards I have on at the moment, they're 12 months old. They're running superbly, I haven't had any trouble with them. The last pair I had before that were also the same engines, 3.5 years old, and a mechanic never laid a hand on them. I do my own servicing, change the filters and oil, and these Yamahas have been just so super reliable. I've had other mates in the past, and one black mate I won't mention the name of, everything broke on them, but these Yamahas have been absolutely fantastic. I've got a GPS, of course, plotter. I use that all the time. I have a sounder. I haven't turned my sounder on for years because I know what all the bottom's like now, and it interferes with the radio, so I just don't bother. I should look at the sounder more, but I know exactly what the bottom's going to be like. And the automatic pilot, I'll be lost without the pilot. In the morning I go all the way out on pilot, come home on pilot. Regardless of how rough it is, just set the throttles, boat goes on pilot. Well, I think Bruce Harris built the reputation. Bruce, he and his boat in the sea were like one. He knew what the sea was going to do. And Bruce also, in his spare time, he raced these boats. He cut them down, put the biggest Mercury outboards he could buy on them, and he started winning against the Hayneses and that. If the conditions were rough, Bruce finished in the lead. He built this reputation with these boats being able to handle rough water, soft ride, and with a self-draining floor, they've just built their own reputations over the years. When the 4-stroke outboards came along, they were naturally heavier, so I put full size aluminium pods on the back. I calculated how much extra weight I had and the buoyancy I'd get out of the full-size pod and how long I had to make them. And it was my own design, not very hard to design a pod, but anyway, they're my own design, and I bolted them on myself. When I started catching spanner crabs, nobody was catching spanner crabs here and selling them for the market. I actually made some dillies up to catch a feed of blue swimmer crab. When I went to pull them up, I couldn't get them off the bottom. I thought, oh no, I'll put them down on a bit of reef or something. I've got a bit of brick, because I was only hand pulling. Finally, I got the first one loose off the bottom, and a lot of weight there. I thought, oh yeah, I've got a bit of reef with it. And it came up just a big round ball of orange, just hanging off every edge of the dilly was spanner crabs. I thought, gee, there must be a market for these jolly things. So that's how I commenced spanner crabbing. Everything, we've got this house here and brought my family up and sent my children to private school and all that. It's all come out of my little boat. We now have $1 million boats, 70-footers. With all sorts of electronic gear, sonars, and they're running a lot of gear with several deckhands. So we have $1 million craft down to my vessel, which kind of started it all. But I'm 65 and I'm still probably keeping up with the young guys out there doing as many days. I'll keep going for a couple more years, I think.